At this point, it's like, really, what more is there to say? You got these influential figures that now, apparently, informally, take or assume responsibility for much of the things that I've gone through. Now, throughout the course of these years, I've been talking about the things that were happening to my life, not necessarily who was doing it, because I didn't know who was doing it. But now, in this point in time, you got people informally, assuming responsibility for this horrendous hate crime, that amass a whole sundry of domestic terrorism, hate, racial hate, religious hate crime, all these things, for years straight in plain sight. And my testimony shows the proof of that. It shows the proof of the things I've gone through. It also shows the proof of my blamelessness, and it shows the guilt of the whoever was responsible for it. And so now, informally, my stuff is the structures at this point. Everybody know, all the events that transpired, which leads up to pretty much there is no middleman at this point. Whatever happens to my life is directly from the structures. So at this point, the structures, just like my recap. Everybody know I've been doing this recap about all my literary works, throughout the years, and how they are, the substance of my contribution. Not, it wasn't anything close to the slanders, whatever these other, no-name entities or influential figures, irrelevant, was saying, it's not really relevant or important to me. My main focus was my literary works. And that's what I am. That's who I am. I was an author, a writer, strictly. And so that's what my stuff showed. And throughout, and then now my recap, it's like starting today, the last couple of days alone, it's getting impossible for me to post my work on my website. They have now, in spite of all my foreknowledge I gave the whole world, I gave the whole country. I'm like, somebody please, I called for indemnity, because my stuff is going to be under more attack. I told everybody that, everybody possible in the nation and in the world. As far as my stuff reach. I was international at 14, so my stuff reach, always. Some kind of way, always reach. And so, everybody know. But somehow, they still, in my stuff, my personal devices, vandalizing my stuff. I reported them years ago, throughout the years. These is injustices, corruptions, it's collusion between these artists that's jealous of my talent. So they was lying on me to have that door into my life where they can use that to take my ideas secretly and put bits and pieces into their stuff and then keep it. So, it's just jealous. They're extremely jealous, man. They want their gods. They want everybody to worship their gods. You feel me? And I'm not a fan of their gods. So they try to paint me with their gods. It's just the weirdest place. They just weird, the things that they do and say and the things they do secretly when nobody ain't paying attention like this. And so, at this point, what can you say? America, it's no longer, it's these things that's happening is showing, it's like these people, they're admitting to the things that they did informally, but there's literally no government or no system structure or nobody there to prosecute it. So they're literally calling themselves by the crimes that they committed, instead of by their name. So it's like they're being allowed to force themselves on me, by implying that I'm referring to them and the hate crime. I'm saying all this hate crime was happening to me. It's they violate every possible standard and statute of the Constitution, of the amendments, and all that. So whoever was responsible for this was a strategic central targeting, like a witch hunt and for death. And, and then, for something like that, if somebody take responsibility of that, then that's death. This is something that if this was their child, how would that feel? And see, that's the situation. It's been happening for so long. It's been a massive racial hate crime as well. And it's you thinking okay, you got these people that's allowed to attack my work, my body of work, right as we speak. By implying that my stuff is targeting, them or something. Well, my stuff, if anybody read my stuff, it's not targeting anyone. I'm talking about the things I've gone through. But if someone taking responsibility for that, then why are they still free? We got a problem here. In any way, shape, or form, they implying that they did anything that I'm talking about. then why are they still free? Why are they being allowed to destroy my work by associating themselves to the crime that I'm talking about in my work? But why is there not no justice? You know what I'm saying? We got a major problem here. Like, what is, you know what I'm saying? Why are they still allowed to destroy my work? Why are they still in my life? Hacking my stuff, you know what I'm saying? Stalking me. You know what I'm saying? Like over 7 years now. Before I even had any knowledge of this kind of stuff, what they was doing to me. You know? And it's crazy, man. Then you could think about it on a spiritual level. Because you got some people saying that, okay, if they know that I stand with Jesus, and they know Jesus, has, God speaks and interacts with his people, the saints, the Christians. So if they're using that as an excuse to torture me, then they are admitting that the country is Antichrist. You know what I'm saying? They can't blame one person because they all had knowledge of it. Anybody could stop, check, and balance, you know what I'm saying, and get people in order, but they don't. They didn't. On all levels. So they're admitting that the country is Antichrist. Because they blaspheme the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? By lying and saying that it's something else that is not in order to do the crime. And so the crime is still ongoing. Like in plain sight, it's still continuing. You got these people associating themselves with the evil, in order to destroy my work. And then that's inadvertently, quote unquote, assisting and facilitating the scam, the slander scam that these artists had already implemented. So they are accessories and they are involved. You got structures that are helping these artists commit this crime in plain sight. They're actively helping these people commit this crime. You know what I'm saying? They're insane. It's like you would think it's something out of a movie. My stuff show and destroys the scam that was put on my life and my body of work. That's the truth, my testimony. That's who I am. Now, why are structures being allowed to destroy my testimony, my proof of my blamelessness, and and proof that their scam is fake? That's helping these artists scam me. Why is nobody intervening? You know what I'm saying? This is a crime. Structures are helping these artists scam me because they lied and defamed my name. I don't care what they lose, you know what I'm saying, as a result of being exposed for the evils that they did. That's what they deserve, regardless of their race. Crime, hate, that's evil is evil, right is right, wrong is wrong. And the things, whatever they were saying was not true. And my stuff, anybody who see my stuff clearly understands that. Now my personal platform is being attacked. I foretold this for anybody to protect it. You mean to tell me there's nobody on the face of the planet who care about, the life or legacy of a Christian man? That's already been persecuted brutally for no reason with the evidence to prove it, while the evidence is still being attacked in plain sight. You mean to tell me there's nobody around that have a heart? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that this stuff put me in a position to where I couldn't secure things the way I wanted to. Because if I was, then I wouldn't have to ask for help. But because of what they did, because for this very reason of what my testimony is talking about, that's why I'm not in a position to be able to better secure my stuff. So I'm like, if somebody can help me, that would be nice. It seemed like they're not, and that tells you the immensity and the gravity of the crime, really. It tells you how big this scam really was. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people made money. A lot of people benefited from it on large scales. And that's why nobody likes you. You know what I'm saying? That's why everybody hates you. Nobody wants to see your stuff immortalized. Don't want the legacy or the testimony of Jesus. But if they reject that testimony of Jesus for whatever reason, wherever I was at when it happened is never going to be under God or Christianity for the rest of history. And it's just that simple. If my stuff can't exist in America, America can never be a Christian country again. It's that simple. Given the gravity and the nature of the things I've gone through and the proof that I've already disclosed, for them to destroy that proof is confirmation in itself. And that's the nail in the coffin. You know what I'm saying? So they can't ever claim to be under God again. In no way, shape, or form. That's a fake one. Feel me? That would be a fake God. That wouldn't be the one in the Bible. That had to be somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's official. Just as sure as my stuff can't exist, that is the reality forever. You know? And when it comes to that, that's pretty much all I got to say right now.